What's good, you guys? It's your boy Barbecue. My boy CHHIIEFSSS with me. As always, we've got some crazy ish we're going on. We're locked in the war room, talking fantasy, agent market. We talking
Yeah.
everything and anything. MLB, March Madness. Be on the lookout. We're rocking and rolling.
Uh,
We're locked in the war room. Let's get into it.
yeah.
Also, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you like more of these videos, don't hesitate to comment. Get your predictions on this video, and I'd love to see what you all predict is going to happen within the next few weeks. Of course, yes. Hope you all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all are for room now. Rolling into it, we're starting off free agents on the clock.
Oh.
I've got to say, since middle of March when we start, holy cow, there's craziness. You know what? We'll even start with our own division. There's been a
Oh.
lot of re-signings by
Oh.
by
Oh.
the
Oh. Oh.
Broncos.
I was about to say, speak of the devil as I pull it up on my side, y'all.
The crazy thing,
Speak of the
I
devil.
I can't be upset. I did need another receiver, but I think you give up too much for that. Gave up too many picks. Only get one pick in
Who
return.
who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Who am I talking about? Gave too many picks for that man.
Which one? Oh, you talking Jalen? You talking Waddle?
Who? What other receiver do you think I'm talking about?
I wasn't sure.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
your team, man.
yeah. To be honest, you're not wrong.
Giving up a fourth round this year. You're getting a fourth round and Jalen Waddle this year.
So
Yet
my
you
my
gave
que-
up a first, third, fourth, and a pick for next year up.
so my
Three
my
to
my
one. How
question
does this
is
work?
my question is signing Sam Ellinger. Where does my boy Bo Nix fit in the picture?
One. Who's going to be your
I
backup?
was about to say my boy better still be numero uno.
Oh, he's going to be number one. With Sean Payton at the helm, he worked.
Oh God.
No, I'm telling you this now. I'm saying this as a Chiefs fan. Bo Nix and Sean Payton are basically Drew Brees and Peyton from the Saints.
Freaking you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He he's
To be, to
he's
be
exactly like Brees in the form of a
to
Broncos uniform.
yeah, to be honest, there like every game I got a chance to take a peek at last year, I kept seeing more and more similarities between the man Bo Nix
Mixture
and the
of
and the sheriff
I was about to say,
himself, Peyton Manning.
mixture of and Drew. Peyton
Oh,
more able to run in and out. Drew was more of the
yep,
pocket passer, which
yep.
don't get me wrong. There are some great pocket passers that I'm not yelling at. I'm not giving a bad review to.
Oh no, not
But
by any means.
I'm just saying I think Bo in this day and age is basically a modern day Drew Payton. And you can
Oh
tell from the
God,
movement that he looks like Peyton.
Oh,
In a
I
sense of his movement is
I
just like how
I
Peyton ran against us.
I would take a reckon to guess that Bo asked, like he went and probably went to Peyton and asked and begged Peyton to tutor him, to help him do better and be like literally the best he can be. Because as far as some of the greats in this new age go for NFL quarterbacks, Peyton and Drew are right up there.
Hmm.
Like as some of the greats. Like I'm
And
not saying Tom Brady is not up there with them,
not at all. Like I'm not even saying that either. I'm
but
saying you're
but
literally
but as far as the way they carry themselves on and off the field, the top three, in my opinion, that carry themselves the best on and off the field,
are Drew, Tom, and
Peyton,
Peyton.
Drew, and Bo. I'm sorry, but I see more drama. I've seen more drama over the years about Tom Brady than I ever have
Okay, but
about
you
Peyton or Drew
have
or
to
even Bo.
remember. You have to remember. Here's that he was with Patriots. Got called out for stuff that he was doing. But
Oh yeah, one.
if I had to say Brady passed the torch to anybody, it's not Allen, it's not Jackson. It could be Sam Darnold. How craziness went.
I was about to say I was starting to wonder if Darnold caught
The, the,
Tom's mojo curse
I mean,
at one point.
besides the movement that Patrick Mahomes tries to run out in and out of the pocket
Oh
every
God, yeah.
other half an hour or whatever it is. Um,
But we're
I see a lot of Brady and Patrick. I see a lot
oh
of Breeze and Manning and Bo.
God, yeah.
If I
But
really
as
had to put someone in the spot for Herbert or who is it, Cousins? Now
yeah,
instead of Geno Smith, Vegas,
yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
I was about to look at and see if the Raiders even signed a new quarterback since the Raiders seems to be a failing franchise. No offense, guys. No offense. You got a lot.
There's a reason why we call them the
And
house that
and
always loses.
and 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 as much as my boy in Kansas City and I disagree to agree on things, that's one thing that you will never catch us disagreeing on. Because
Or the house.
no matter how hard you guys at the Raiders franchise come at us, both the Broncos and the Chiefs,
Also, next time
you
y'all run
never
around Arrowhead, you
stand
know it's
a
gonna be a bad
chance.
thing.
You never stand a chance because both our teams always find ways to either we get down and then we come back and smack you again,
You want to know?
or
You want to know
we
the
just get on
crazy thing
top
about
and just
this?
keep pounding you down.
It's bad enough. Well, yes, the Raiders beat us on Christmas Day like 2 years ago.
Oh God, I bet that was
You remember what they
miserable.
did after that game?
What?
They decided to take laps in their buses around the stadium.
Ugh.
Little did they know what was going to happen when they got to Vegas that year.
Yeah, what happened?
We had already won the division. We had already won the conference.
Oh, so you guys were going to turn around and do the same thing to them? It's just a
The rate
tip
we
the
didn't
finger.
do it. We didn't do it around the stadium. We had a play called "Ring Around the Rosie." We literally the how we were calling out the play was "Ring Around the Rosie" and then put ourselves in formation.
But as far as
Or is
free agent signings for my boys, the Broncos, we got Sam at quarterback, Adam Prentice re-signed for free agent. re-signed to a free agent
My
deal.
guess is these are all undrafted or
J.K. Dobbins,
not undrafted.
running
I
back,
can't think of the freaking.
re-signed to a 2-year, $20 million deal, including $8 million fully guaranteed at signing.
I think a lot of these signings for you
McLaughlin
are restricted free agents that couldn't go fully be up and running.
was re-signed. Like Humphrey got re-signed. Waddle we got in a trade with Miami. And as my boy already brought up, like, and I even agree with, like, to be honest, I think we let go of too many picks. But
Yeah, but let's say how do you
Denver
get
man, Denver management, like, this is a shout out to you guys. Like, what's the deal with giving up that many picks in order to get
Miami probably wanted that many
Jalen?
picks.
And then you got
But Miami
Trotman,
probably
which is
wanted that picks with the
yeah,
receiver and a fourth going away.
Trotman was re-signed to a 3-year contract. Singleton got re-signed to a 2-year deal worth up to 15 and a half with 11 million guaranteed. And Mr. Strand re-signed to a 3-year deal worth a max of like 19 and a half, basically almost 20 mil and 10 million fully guaranteed. Now, on the other hand, my boys Chiefs,
We have
they did a trade with NYJ
but we
for a
have like
2027 sixth round pick for Mr. Fields. What is that nonsense?
okay. To be fair, we only have like 2 or 3 re-signings out of this year. I'm fine with it. One being our long snapper who is getting up there in age. Get it.
Yeah. But the freaking Mr. Walker,
The-
3-year deal, 45 million, 28 point over 28 and a half guaranteed. What the
Also,
heck, man?
just telling you now, the Jets just might have not wanted Justin Fields if they only wanted a 6th rounder from next year.
But
They're like, I don't care. I'm
overall,
sending it away.
overall, the big money out of free agent from a boys Chiefs, the one and only Travis Kelce.
All aren't
3-year, 54.735 million. That's 12 million year one. That can be worth up to over,
holy cow,
like,
there are tons
closing
of
in to
guarantees.
almost $58 million deal. 3 years. But that's
Realized
12
there was
million year one.
But I like
Mr. Thornton, 11 million with a max of value of 14 mil.
that
Jesus
again,
Christ.
re-signing a receiver. He was perfect for us last year. That's where the deep ball kept coming from. Was we kept throwing to Thornton.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched plenty of Thornton's plays. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He's got some value.
Fields is gonna be probably under Mahomes this year, be a secondary backup to him. Turn around, he trade bait at the middle of the year. And he might be there a full year, and then we might trade him again. But it's just like Fields. If we can get you up to a standard where you can be a starting quarterback, where you can be that way,
yeah,
like you can easily take quarterback spot. Come on.
Speaking of the house that always loses.
Oh, I forgot to add. We did re-sign a new offensive coordinator.
Who'd you re-sign?
We re-signed an offensive coordinator that used to be with us.
Who'd you re-sign?
Eric Bieniemy.
Oh God.
That's the other reason I'm telling y'all now. All of the AFC, all of the NFC, you have been warned. And I am warning you again. Y'all have been warned. The man that took us to 3, back again.
But like I said, y'all, speaking of the house that we say always loses, the LV Raiders, formerly out of Oakland, Mr. Kirk Cousins
What in the world?
signing what is essentially a fully guaranteed 1 year, $20 million deal. Contract includes a 2 year, $80 million option for the 2027-2028 season, as well as 2 void years in 29 and 30 for salary cap.
What?
I don't know what the heck the house that always loses is thinking. They are putting a lot of money in their boy, Kirk Cousins.
Brady.
Like, what is
Brady.
going on?
Why
What
don't you
is
ditch
going
the man
on?
yourself? Kirk's not like you. I'm sorry. And yes, I'm saying I'm calling out Brady in this because he is a minor owner of the Raiders right here.
I'm
What is
serious.
your thought on this?
Brady, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking? Do you honestly see? Like, seriously, do you honestly see? Do you honestly see franchise value and outstanding potential in Cousins
So
to grant him at least a 1 year, $20 million deal
here's my
with a 2 year, $80 million option? That would be $40 million a year for 2 years.
Okay, the 2 year $80 million option, that's a little crazy. The void years crazy options. The 1 year 20 the 1 year.
So what does the void year mean? Does that mean Cousins is not going to get paid in 29 and 30 if he's still with the Raiders?
Restricted free agent. He'd make it a 2 to a 4 year. He'd be able to be paid those 2.
Oh. Either way, he could go 2 years without getting paid and still not blink an eye.
But I see the 1 year deal because if I'm thinking correctly, they're gonna put him in as a veteran quarterback for now, and they're gonna be like what Alex Smith did for Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes' first year as a rookie was behind veteran Alex Smith. Alex was then traded the next year to the Commanders, and Mahomes was at the helm. Which gotta say, thank you for putting that man at the helm in 2018. Because holy crap, I don't think we would get
and
5 Super Bowls.
So as far as former Super Bowl teams go, the next one I want to do is the Eagles.
Okay.
They took in a trade with Carolina former Bengals quarterback Mr. Andy Dalton.
They didn't want him for much either. What the heck? Carolina, you could have gotten more for Andy.
You could have gotten way more for Dalton, guys. Like, seriously. But
I see a good re-signing with the D tackle of Jordan Davis. Like he's a good year.
And then the Commanders, former Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota.
Okay.
Re-signed to a 1 year, $7 million with $11 million incentives.
They're not gonna need him.
Jesus Christ. Who, the Commanders are not going to need Mariota?
No.
Who's their starting quarterback?
Jaden Daniels.
It's like Mariota's an understudy at this point.
Literally, Mariota's getting dust on the bench.
Yeah, I know.
Literally getting dust on the bench. Another like free agent signing I see from the NFC. Like Tariq Woolen with that 1 year. Actually, I'm not mad at that. It is a league minimum deal that the Eagles can put there.
And here's one that here's
I
one that
hate
we're
to
gonna
see. I hate to see one that's gone away from the Chiefs. But
here's here's a couple that we're gonna send to our boy, the emo. Like seriously,
wow,
his boys, the Minnesota Vikings,
what did I miss of the Vikings stuff?
signed Kyler Murray, 1-year deal.
Okay, how much money is this man gonna
Re-signed
get?
re-signed Wentz to a 1-year deal, $3 million
They
with
must not
2.645 guaranteed.
they must not trust JJ enough for them to sign both Carson and Kyler.
Exactly.
Kyler's probably a 1-year league minimum deal.
But guess where Tua is going?
Falcons. I already knew that.
He's no longer with the Dolphins. I just hope his concussion days are done.
I'm hoping the offensive line is set. But
But
okay, you got to
Falcons,
you can't tell me the other quarterback they signed is just to be a veteran backup.
I know, right? But at the same time, Falcons.
You do see who I say why on the quarterback side, correct?
Yeah.
You see former Broncos quarterback, right?
What? At Falcons?
Yeah.
Simeon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Simeon was an understudy, I believe, under Peyton.
He was. I remember he got his can knocked in his Arrowhead when
Yeah,
Peyton
I
had gotten
know.
injured.
I know.
Okay,
Simeon got his shit kicked in.
tell me,
But
tell me what's the thoughts for the Panthers here? You trade away Andy Dalton. Bryce Young is your starting quarterback. Why the hell sign Kenny Pickett?
where did Pickett come from? Is Pickett fresh out the portal?
Uh huh.
Where did he come from?
He's off the free agency. Believe he was with the Eagles last year on a 1-year contract after being traded from the.
He came out of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh.
Dude, here's the funny thing. He is 3 inches taller than me and younger than both of us.
Yes.
He's 27.
He's 1 year older than me.
Or yeah, 1 year younger than you, and he's 3 or 4 younger than me. But
What is it with people signing quarterbacks back? Because Tyler Show, I could see actually being a good quarterback for the Saints. Get a good
yeah,
offensive coordinator. Why sign Zach Wilson if he hasn't played as a starter in what
yeah, I was about to
6 years?
exactly.
Been the backup the whole time. And you can have fun in Arizona. Bye.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to Arizona. I don't know what the.
I said bye. He's going from Kansas City to Arizona. Have
Yeah, I
fun.
know. But like seriously, guys.
I don't want to talk about the Rams. No.
No, we're doing the Dolphins. Malik Willis, 3 year, $67.5 million deal with $45 million guaranteed. includes a $22.5 million signing bonus, $2 million March 2028 roster bonus, and a $20.5 million 2028 salary.
Mm-hmm.
What does Miami see in this guy? What do they see?
Been sitting, not doing anything behind Jordan Love. In the times that he's
Yeah,
played, he's been a good quarterback.
they signed another kicker and re-signed their kicker Riley Patterson.
I don't know why they did that for. That's on them. But the one I wish on the Chiefs again, Willie Gay Jr. And no, I'm not saying that because of course I want the defense to be as good as they are. It was good with the Chiefs. Been falling apart the last 2 or 3 years. I'm not
Okay,
saying that as a bad thing.
but going to the Jets, they got Geno Smith in a trade with Vegas with a 2026 seventh round pick in exchange for a sixth round pick this year in the draft.
The one I wish was actually a free agent. Chris Hall, you
Oh, yeah. And they're still working out the terms of his long term contract.
hoping they don't
But
agency tag on him.
former former Baltimore Raven, Joe Flacco,
Huh?
re-signed to a 1-year, $6 million deal with a max value of $9 million with incentives to Cleveland.
Weird.
Not Cleveland, Cincinnati.
I was about to say, wait a second.
The other C. Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I was even looking at it and still
I'd like
managed to put my foot in my mouth.
the offensive tackle they just signed an extension. I would love to have in Kansas City again. Also, it's the Cincinnati Chiefs. Can I just tell you that they took Orlando Brown Jr. from us. Uh, actually, two of them are former Chiefs. We traded Orlando Brown Jr. away. They just signed a 3-year deal to a safety. That was a Chief last year.
Who, Brian Cook?
Huh?
You talking Cook or Duggar?
Cook.
Oh, jeez.
Also, let's see. How many other teams have taken a Chiefs players last year? Hold on. All right, get right back into it. Talking about the Titans, man. A lot of stuff done during the agency market. Okay, why sign two quarterbacks? Even though we started off away from the home state. Also, when you got Cam Ward, you don't need Hendon Hooker. You don't need. Okay, I could see Hendon Hooker as a backup to Cam Ward. You don't need Trubisky unless he's gonna be your emergency quarterback. Okay, but by the way, you have You need backups. You never know what defense you're going to go into. Go into 3-4, and one of these guys could actually fit as an edge rusher. You go into a 4-3 where you have another inside guy. Yes, I know you have two edge rushers, but sometimes the D line flip flops from end to tackle to whatever they need to met. Which also, just telling you now, Malik Herring, former Chief, on your team now. Just like the cornerback y'all finally cut. Thomas question mark? Oh. With uh I'm just as confused as you. Because what team did they trade with? Let me monitors that y'all don't see. No, you're kidding. Please tell me I'm not reading this right. The 49 rated? What the hell, Dallas? That's who traded. Wait, no. Wait a second. These puzzles, they're confusing me. Hold on. Let me actually confirm something. Because Cowboys traded to San Fran or did it traded for another? No. Uh Solomon Thomas. Oh, that's the wrong person. Okay. What happened to this? Oh, yeah, they just absolutely screwed this over. So, acquired in a trade with the Dallas Cowboys in a 7th round pick trade. Yes. So it was Dallas sent Solomon Thomas and a 7th round pick to the Titans in exchange for another 7th round pick. So they basically flip flop spots. Dallas went lower in the thing, lower in the trade on the 7th round. Titans moved up and got Solomon Thomas. Good thing we talked that through on the podcast form, because that I would have so confused. Also, can I just tell you, you have 3 former Chiefs on your team? Just like you had L'Jarius Need. The 3 former Chiefs, Malik Herring, Joshua Williams, and your punter. I would have loved to have our punter back in Kansas City. Because this man will hell out the ball. I'm just telling you that now. And they will. Hunter, y'all signed in a free agent. Boot hell out of the ball. Never talked. We did talk about your Broncos. Okay, what in the world is Indy thinking? He signed Daniel Jones to another two year deal. I guess just because. Okay, I kind of get re-signing Daniel Jones here. He is coming back from injury. Also including that Anthony Richardson probably out for the rest of the half of the year. So you kind of need a quarterback to play. And Daniel Jones was number one last year. Get two receivers, which to replace Michael Pittman Jr., who they traded. And yes, I mean, in replace the man they traded. Resigned. They re-signed Wiley Cox. Dang, I did not realize those guys were both signed up. Two former Chiefs from last year, Derek Nottie and they got Cam Taylor Britt from the Bengals. They did get some key face AFC as a receiver that kind of makes sense. So I don't know what you're talking about. Includes 84. Yeah, but you got to realize that seems right for everything of the AFC South. Let's go right up there. You go to the Texans. Uh, Getting a trade for Montgomery. The run game for freaking Houston's back up on top. David Montgomery. Uh, that's a that's a good that's good for an edge rusher. Of 1 year 40 mil, but that's also including is don't get me wrong, great edge rusher. But he's starting to get up there in age. You got guys like Reed Blankenship. The 3 year deal is actually a good one for him. Yes, it's only 24, but honestly, terms of the trade weren't announced. They should be announced by now. That's not true. But like signing the two guards and the tackles, I believe it's Kai Kroger. I'm just looking at it now. It's Kror. Kroger. They must 2 years draft. Two-year, I don't know. Yeah. People are asking to go 5 years with it. We didn't talk about the Giants. You know what? Let's go. Let's go to the Giants next, and then we'll get into something else after. I promise. Freaking a fullback for 2 years, 7.6. Might be able to get a little more out of that. There's not much you can do as a fullback. Sign four receivers. Harbaugh, what are you doing? Sign a free agent deal, re-sign with the Giants, signed a 1 year, $10 million deal. Signed it, signed with the Giants. And then how about the tight end from Baltimore coming to York? Signed a 3 year, $40 million deal. The Yeah, like that exactly what a man like that needs. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. He's a great player. Likely is that tight end. If he's not playing in a tight end spot, he's playing in a receiver spot. He's one to watch for. He's basically this age's Travis Kittle. But besides Kittle, but Kittle's also getting up there in age. And yes, I mean he is getting up there in age, so do not hate me for it. Of course, probably out. Of course, probably out for the start of the season this next year. Sucks immensely, but hey, give him time to rest, get him ready up and running. But again, like offensive line signings, good for Harbaugh to do that because they some kind of an off. Check the quarterback. But the linebacker signing, you got two signed with the Jets and one that signed Giants. The Jets. The other New Jersey team. But re-signed a 1 year deal. Tremaine Edmonds coming from the Bengals, signing a 3 year, $36 million deal with 23 in fully guaranteed. Dude, that's basically a $50 million contract in 3 years, and you never know what crazy happened. I think we had talked about the Jets. Not gonna lie, we talked about being a trade there. Also, can I be honest to everybody here on the podcast and my co-host? I feel like Darnold and Geno Smith are becoming the Josh McCown of the league. Those two. Can anybody confirm that with me? Like, how many teams has Geno Smith actually? How many teams has Geno Smith been to? Holy crap, he's going into his 13th season. So, would you like to hear how many years he's at? Year at the Chargers in 8. How does uh so he didn't play anywhere in 19. Came back to Seattle for 5, and then came to Vegas last year. Now back to his original team. 36 years old. 13. In his 13-year career, he's only been to one set of one set of playoffs. And that was in 2022. Then who was the other? Sam Darnold. Has been 3 years with the Jets, 2 years with Carolina, once with SFO, once with Minnesota, and once with Seattle. He has 8 years under his belt. Yeah, this is year 9 for him. Going back to Seattle. Unless someone trades for him, but he made playoffs and won it last year. It's crazy to say. He's this is his 5th team. Wait a second. You want to know? You want to know? You won't be starting. You know it'll be. He Only problem. I don't think he's gonna start. He's gonna. Thinking about it. What do you want to talk about next? You know what? Let's talk baseball. Whole season started. We're already 16 or 17 games in, bud. We'll show standings for all 3 divisions. Don't worry. don't think I've asked. What or who is your favorite MLB team? Since you have a minor league team, but you do not have a team close to you. I guess technically you do have one close to you, and it's to the east of you in Missouri. East and north of you. One in the NL. Oh yeah, what are they? Okay. Actually, which by the way, no, it'd be both NL teams. Tell you that now. Going up north, the AL team is on the opposite side of the state. If you know what I mean. You know how I told you like north and east, you're on the Missouri state. There's two MLB teams in Missouri. The AL team is towards the Colorado side. The NL team is towards the Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois side. Or you're kidding me. Do I need to pull up a map for you? Huh? Yes. There's another MLB team in Missouri. They're in the other metropolitan area. On the other side of the state closest to you. What's the other biggest city in Missouri? How did it take you that long? I was like, how the hell? How did you forget about my thing? Are there even 5 teams around you? Oh, perfect. So you said Braves, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Royals. Well, yeah. I. Why did you switch? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how the Guardians or Twins are fighting for one spot. Called the Indians. And the um and nope, guys, yes, hate me all you want. He was a fun character to look at. Don't have a mascot as the Guardian anymore. Oh yeah? I forgot about Tampa. Yeah. Oh, I never told you what actually happened at Kaufman. Did I? You you know where we were sitting out in that left and right field spot? They've moved the walls in. Mm-hmm. On both sides. It made the walls able to catch home run. Yes. The only thing they did not change with our walls, they shrunk the corners down, and they kept dead center at 40. I mean, dead center hitting in often. Somehow a pitcher was a former MLB pitcher was able to toss it to it from the mound. I don't know how, but I guess it's adrenaline and everything else. And for those that don't know the man, it is Trevor Bauer, which he does YouTube content now. He used to play for the Diablos. I don't know if he's doing that again or if there's something else in the works. He would be a good pitcher though. Good pitcher back in the MLB. Hey Royals, we need a starter. He'd be a good one. Just say it's crazy to say AL. Everybody's 2.5, like the lowest two out of AL are 2.5 games back from a wild card, and the lowest team in the NL 3 games back from a wild card spot. In games back in total, Astros and White Sox are tied at the bottom at 6 and 10. They are 3 back from any of the top guys, which again is crazy to say. But of course, we'll get because unless you'll want it, we'll give it to you good and spring. They do 100. Which a lot of teams have finished this or are actually starting another one. What I think ended off there. Episode 2 will have a little bit more. Uh, Definitely go give this man some love. I will post his link down below right there. Y'all can go get to him easier. So subscribe to him. We will be doing content. He him doing content. And thus locked in the war room. Hope y'all enjoyed. Everyone. Deuces.